Today, we'll be talking about the urban form of Tokyo and Beijing. First, let's start with an introduction. Tokyo is a city of 13 million people. Its density is 6,000 people per square kilometer. It is the capital of Japan, and its size is 845 square miles. It became Tokyo in 1603. Beijing has a population of 21.5 million people, a density of 1,300 people per square kilometer. It is the capital of China, and its size is 6,486 miles. Its origins are around 700 BC. We have two maps, one of Beijing and one of Tokyo. On the left, Beijing is organized into a ring orientation, suburbanization occurring more intensely as you move outward. Outside of these rings is a largely rural population. On the right, Tokyo has abolished the city structure and merged with Tokyo Prefecture to become the Tokyo metropolis. This metropolitan area consists of 23 wards in which each ward has its own local governance acting almost like individual cities. We'll take a more detailed look at the urban structure of Beijing. It could be broken into 6 distinct components. The historic city core is the heart of Beijing and is a 62 square kilometer historic core, which has served as the capital city for nearly 800 years. With a population of 1.3 million, the historic area is being significantly transformed as modern urban functions put pressure on the preservation efforts. The central built-up area is surrounding the historic core is a 300 square kilometer city center that has been developed gradually since the 1950s. The inner greenbelt was a planned greenbelt area of 300 square kilometers, which was established in the city's 1982 comprehensive plan, but the 1993 plan showed the area reduced to about 240 square kilometers. The objective of the greenbelt was to define the edge of the central area and provide adjacent open space. Scattered districts. There are 10 scattered districts created in the Comprehensive Plan of 1982 as inner suburban development areas. Some of them have benefited from large investments in housing, but they remain primarily bedroom communities, lacking mixed-use development, employment opportunities, public transportation, and other services. Satellite towns. In the outer suburban area, 14 satellite towns were planned to be self-sufficient centers combining employment and housing functions. The ring and radial highway system. To support the city's planned spatial structure, the concept of a ring and radial road system was created in the 1950s and strengthened in 1982 and 1983 comprehensive plans. A more detailed look at Tokyo's urban form. In 1943, the city of Tokyo merged with the Tokyo Prefecture to form the Metropolitan Prefecture of Tokyo. The 23 special wards, which until 1943 constituted the city of Tokyo, are self-governing municipalities, each having a mayor, a council, and the status of a city. In addition to these 23 special wards, Tokyo also includes 26 more cities, 5 towns, and 8 villages, each of which has a local government. The 3 central wards of Tokyo, Chiyoda, Chuo, and Minato, are the business core of the city, with a daytime population more than 7 times higher than their nighttime population. Chiyoda Ward is unique in that it is the very heart of the former Tokyo city, yet it is one of the least populated wards. It is occupied by many major Japanese communities. It is also the seat of the national government and the Japanese emperor. It is often called the political center of the country. The Tokyo Prefecture also contains 26 cities in its western part. Density and population in Beijing and Tokyo. Tokyo is 2,188 kilometers squared, with a population density of 6,110 per kilometer squared. Beijing is 16,411 kilometers squared, with a population density of 1,288 per kilometer squared. Beijing is roughly 8 times as large as Tokyo, though Tokyo boasts almost 6 times as much density as Beijing. Here we have maps of both Tokyo and Beijing's transit systems. Tokyo boasts some of the busiest and most ridden public transit in the world. Beijing is a more car-oriented city and therefore does not have quite as robust an infrastructure as Tokyo. terms of transportation usage, while both cities have a robust public transportation infrastructure, Tokyo sees the most ridership and is more equipped to support large ridership numbers. Beijing is a more car-oriented city and does not possess the robust infrastructure in public transit that Tokyo possesses. Composition and makeup of the physical spaces in Beijing and Tokyo, and their development and preservation. Beijing, while certainly boasting very modern buildings and development, possesses a larger proportion of historic architecture, such as the city center, which is predominantly old historic buildings. In Tokyo, due to the firebombings during World War II, Tokyo contains more new development than old, though historic buildings still exist in vastly reduced numbers. Conclusion: Beijing is more aligned with typical city structure, while the Tokyo metropolis is actually an agglomeration of multiple smaller cities constituting the whole of Tokyo. The original city area of Tokyo is comprised of 23 wards, each with their own government. While similar in their scale, Tokyo is a denser, smaller city, with Beijing being more prone to sprawl but consisting of less population density. The major distinction is that Beijing is a centralized, traditional city, while Tokyo is a decentralized megalopolis.